Forget about bad strategies. Most traders don't lose constantly because they're always wrong. They lose because they're mentally exhausted. You can have perfect setup, perfect level, and perfect strategy and still lose money because your mind is at 5% battery level. And that's why you're disciplined in the morning and reckless in the afternoon. You take A+ setups in the morning, garbage setups in the afternoon. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can protect your mental capital so that you can stay sharp, focused, and profitable from the first trade you take till the last trade you take. And if you fix this, your whole trading improves completely. So let's get started. Let's go to the video and understand how you can protect your mental capacity. So when we talk about the bankroll, everyone talks about the financial capital. But as a trader, you technically have two bankroll frameworks that you need to pay attention to. One of them is obviously the capital, the financial capital. The other one is the mental. Most of the traders technically don't break or like blow their account from bad analysis. It's usually bad decisions because of a bad mental status, right? That's how a lot of people just destroy their whole account. So now obviously we're considering the traders who already have a system. Now, if you don't have a system, if you don't know anything about the technicals, the fundamentals, then that's a big problem. But if you do have that, then technically the system works and should work, and especially if you follow the whole MTC structure, right? But still, a lot of people are struggling, not again because of the analysis, it's mostly because of bad decisions that are made in bad situations, okay, or bad mental states. Now, the dual bankroll framework is, as I said, your financial capital and the mental capital. Financial capital is the monetary, basically capital, right? Staying power to survive the drawdown. So that's the plan that you need to have for your financial capital. You need to manage your capital and manage your risk in order to just stay alive, in order to take trades and survive the drawdowns. On the other hand, there is a mental capital, which most of the people don't really think about, don't focus on, and don't think it's really that important, but it is, right? And it's just not about trading. It can affect your life. It can affect your work. It can affect your business. It can affect your relationship. It can affect your relationship with your, I don't know, family, children, whatever you want to do. The mental capital will heavily either make your day or break it, right? So it's a cognitive staying power to execute with clarity, execute anything with clarity. Now, when we talk about trading, your execution is buying and selling, and the feedback loop is pretty fast, especially when you're scalping and day trading, and you will see the effect of these clear mind. Let's say that you have a clear mind in one day, you will see the effect of that clear mind in your trading performance within a second, within a minute, within 1 hour, very fast. In other aspects of life, it may take a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years. Now, if you do not focus on the mental capital, you will definitely have low battery, and as a result will have insufficient, inaccurate decisions, will ultimately affect again your life, your business, your relationship. So the concept is the mental capital is your capacity for being focused, disciplined, and having proper decision making under pressure. Now, the reality check, like cash, cognitive energy is finite as well. Okay, it depletes with overuse or stress, right? Overuse would be staying behind the chart for too long in trading term. Stress is basically being a trader, right? So it will definitely affect your mental capital. being active, analyzing the market, analyzing the technicals, reading the news, taking the trades, it will affect you. And you need to be able to manage this mental capital. It's not like you can control it and do not let it go down. It will, but you need to manage it. Okay. Having cash in your account is useless if you are too drained or uh, if you're too drained or frazzled to deploy it wisely. Let's say you have cash, you have whatever amount of cash, a million, 10 million in your account. If you don't know how to use it, if you don't have the mental capital to decide properly, it really doesn't uh, mean anything. That dollar amount in your bank account is technically nothing if you can't properly execute and decide how you want to use that money, where you want to allocate it, how you want to manage your trades and positions in the market. Okay. And if you preserve your mental and financial capital when others have depleted theirs, the long term reward for you will be great. The goal is to make sure you protect both. This side is all technical. It's all about your system, your strategy, your risk management plan, your trade management. This side is all about psychology, okay? It's all about having breaks. It's all about having self awareness. It's all about having routines, which we will talk about in a minute. So, what's the anatomy of a decision fatigue? Now, when you wake up in the morning, if you had a good sleep, hopefully, this is your energy level, right? 100%. Big green. You're all set for the day. Now, as you start doing different tasks, different projects, let's say as a trader, when you are analyzing the data, right, the news, you're processing. And as a result, your energy falls. Very normal. Then you have emotional regulations, right? You want to manage your positions. You get emotionally stressed. That will reduce your energy level. And then ultimately, you might have some rapid decision executions, some other things in your life, work, relationship, will again reduce your energy level. At the end of the day, your battery level is low, like your phone. Like it's like exactly your phone. If you use your phone too much, the battery level will go down, like obviously, right? So you will have low battery and you will be very vulnerable, right? In this situation, like your phone, have you ever worked with your phone when its battery is like at 2%? In these situations, usually the phone doesn't really work that well. Like you can't open the apps really that easily because when you because of the low battery, and when you just click, there are lots of delays and it just can't really open up the apps, and then suddenly it's shut down. So that's literally how our body works as well. So there is a study that says like the elite chess players can burn up to 6,000 calories a day through intense concentration alone, just by just sitting and thinking about their next move as a chess player, right? No physical activity. The same happens for traders, right? Day traders experience identical cognitive loads as well. That's a real thing. You're burning calorie by just sitting. And there is another interesting statistic that says like the brain the brain weight is around like I guess 2% of the whole body, but it consumes 20% of the energy of the whole body. And that's a real thing as well. And as a trader, you're consuming a lot of energy by just being behind the desk. So the law of diminishing quality. After an extended session, decision quality deteriorates heavily, and research show judges give harsher ruling later in the day. and traders are basically sloppier and take sloppier trades after let's say maybe 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. because of this whole decision fatigue and yeah, the law of diminishing quality. So what we call a loss of discipline is frequently uh, just cognitive depletion, right? Your brain is simply out of fuel to follow the plan. Technically, after this whole decision fatigue, you don't have battery enough to think and perform well like your early morning decisions, like your early morning executions. And you need to be aware of it. Most of the people are not. Like most of the people, like it's just like something that they're not aware of it at all. They're like treating every single day, every single hour, every single minute pretty much the same. They stay behind the chart, and I will give you an example of like myself when I was like working as well. I was working like it was way before the COVID. I was working remotely as well, and I was behind the chart early in the morning. But at the same time, since I had to work, uh, like I was like checking the charts and working at the same time. And then when I had just like some free time in the middle, I would be trading, and at the same time I was working. So I was multitasking at the same time as well. And then I had to go to a meeting till maybe 2 p.m. And then after 2 p.m., I was like, I didn't take any trades, so I'm good. Like I should be good for a trade. And then I would take some trades randomly, and technically I'm using the word randomly because at that time it was randomly because I didn't know that my energy is like gone. I don't have any battery. Yes, I didn't take any trades during the whole day, but I did a lot of other tasks that just resulted in a massive decision fatigue for me, and I can't really think properly. Uh, let's say at 2 p.m., at 3 p.m. So it's probably something that a lot of people can basically relate with, right? Because everyone kind of starts trading as a side business and gradually grows uh, their trading business in order to potentially like either change their business or their source of income. But at the same time, when you're doing all of these things, you need to be aware of certain facts that is happening to your body, and uh, you can't really force yourself to just be good at it when it's just like something that happens, and you need to know how to reset, which I will talk about. So the mental equity curve is a pretty interesting chart. I wanted to just again show you how your cognitive clarity drops as you're making different decisions. Let's say number one would be your impulsive decision. Let's say this is the chart of your cognitive clarity, right? So yeah, so basically you're making some impulsive decisions, right? Chasing some setups, and because of that, your energy level goes down, and you will start basically swinging between over caution and like reckless confidence, and you're just trying to be confident, and then you're super cautious on some of the trades, and you're thinking heavily of like, should I risk here, shouldn't I risk in this trade, should I increase the risk, reduce the risk. Your energy level goes down, and then some technical mistakes you might have, and then because of that your energy level goes down. Any of these decisions like analysis paralysis, uh, all of these effects will 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 directly reduce your mental capacity, and as a result at the end of the day, after let's say 1 hour, an hour and a half, the first losing trade after like a couple of wins happens, you're tired, you're frustrated, nothing changed on the technical side, nothing changed on the uh, basically fundamentals. You're just following your plan, but because you're very tired, because you're frustrated because of all of these decisions that you had during the day, you that one trade just hit you hard. You start over trading, you start revenge trading, and just destroy the whole trading day. That's usually a pattern for a lot of uh, traders. Now let's do some diagnosis for four of these cognitive leaks, and you can consider these leaks as like a hole in the whole fuel energy fuel that you have. Like, let's say there is a hidden energy fuel, right? It's like a whole fuel in it, and that is the energy that you get in order to think properly, right? If there's a leak in it, you won't have enough energy, right? The whole fuel tank is not working properly, and as a result it doesn't feed your brain properly, and as a result you can think properly. Now we want to understand these leaks, because these leaks can heavily affect your decision making and your ultimate trading result. So one of the cognitive leaks would be overtrading. It totally drains your whole uh, mental capacity, and I experienced it a lot when I started trading. I was uh, uh, taking Advils, I guess like 2 3 times a day. The first like maybe 1.5 year of the first like first year and a half of my trading career, because I was like over trading like crazy, and I was like behind the chart, taking in out within seconds, and that was the whole urge to win and doing something, because I didn't know that if I don't do anything, if I don't take trades, it's okay, right? The urge to do something is basically a trick that your mind uh, tricks you, basically, because your mind is so used to doing something, and you had some like positive feedback loop that if I'm doing something and I'm just preparing something and I'm making something, then that means that I'm basically uh, I'm progressing, and as a result I'm feeling good for myself because I did something. That means there is some progress happening, and that means I'm improving, and things will improve and get better in the future. But the reality in trading is that doing something is not clicking on buy and sell. Doing something is basically just sometimes just waiting. And I didn't know that. And as a result, I was over trading a lot. I have record of like having 30, 40 trades a day. And that's a silent drain of capital and confidence, both. The solution: set a hard max number of trades per day. That's a rule. Very simple solution, very hard to actually repeat. But at the same time, if you don't have this rule and if you're not aware of this rule, like you will just overtrade, keep overtrading. Technically, you shouldn't take more than maybe 5 to 6 trades a day, right? Even if you can, and if you're like, because you can, like, it's not like you have to like uh, make like there. It's not like a physical activity that you can't do, and it's like the broker is blocking you. It's not like that. It's just like clicking on buy and sell. You think you can do it, but what you don't see is this chart and your whole mental equity curve. Okay, set the stop, set the hard max, like 5 6 7 trades per day. Ideally you want to go for 3 4 2 3 4 trades per day, right? The result of this over trading sometimes is basically screen fatigue as well, and sometimes the screen fatigue is basically just a leak by itself as well. So dry eye, brain fog, and checking social media at the same time, all of these affect your whole trading heavily, right? So you will have a lot of careless errors as a result of decision fatigue. And it's impossible to stop it if you just keep checking the charts for like 4 hours. If you stay in your trading room for more than 90 minutes, scientifically you're you're creating this cognitive leak for yourself. Scientifically, you want to have 90-minute focus block and 15-minute unplugged breaks. Unplugged breaks. Unplugged. Unplugged means not checking out social media. Unplugged means, I don't know, not checking the email. Unplugged means walking. Unplugged means just talking to a friend. Unplugged means drinking something, checking out, going to the nature, or doing something else, right? Unplugged means leaving your uh, trading room, trading desk. And as a result of just this 15-minute unplugged break, you can come back and reset probably really well and boost your whole energy, right? You will stop this leak and you will make sure that your whole fuel tank is reserved, protected, and boosted so that you can come back if you want to trade again, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't trade. You need to learn some ways to reset and boost your energy and come back strong again. One of the most important cognitive leaks would be the sleep deprivation. So, uh, for a lot of people, um, especially nowadays, it's really fancy to say, I just sleep 4 hours a day. Like it's like I just sleep 3 hours a day and then I'm just like working for 12 hours straight. I'm the entrepreneur who is just like, I'm just conquer the world and I will sleep only 2 hours a day and that's enough for me. Again, scientifically, it just doesn't work. Like in long term, doesn't work. You need to have non-negotiable 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep so that your body can reset. Like it's not something mental. It's all about your body. And the whole sleep deprivation, not sleeping, will result in low stress tolerance and short fuse as well. So you don't you don't know it, but it will affect your whole decision making, and you will react heavily to certain moves in the market. You cannot calculate properly. You cannot follow the plan properly. You will probably forget your whole trading system. And again, this is something that happened to me, and I can just I know it. So if I have a bad like night that I couldn't sleep, I know that I will either not trade or I will trade with like very minimal risk, because I'm aware of the fact that I don't have the energy at all, and it's very obvious. We all know it, but we don't usually act when we feel this. Like over trading is something that is really hard to be self-aware of. Screen fatigue again is something that you need to be aware of your whole decision making. You need to set alerts. But sleep is something that you like when you wake up, you know it. Like it's just very obvious. But a lot of people don't really act. They don't have a rule, right? If you do know that you slept bad or you didn't sleep, you want to make sure you manage your position sizing. You want to manage your expectation. You want to just stop trading for that day. Last one, over analysis. Okay. Over analysis is another hidden leak that can result in paralysis and missing golden setups because of just like analysis paralysis. And just technically, with over analyzing, a lot of traders get into this trap of like constantly changing setups, constantly uh, changing ticker symbols, constantly trying to find the best one. And Instead of that, the best way to fix it is just to have just strict information filtering and separate the analysis from the execution, and understanding the fact that the trading system has like a certain probability of winning. Especially this over analysis usually happens after a couple of losses, and most of the time for traders who are doing good and who are profitable and who have a trading system and who know what they're doing, the losses or the losing streak most of the time happens as a result of one of these that results in this, right? Again, or losing streaks happen normally as well. Like it's not like it like you should be over trading to experience the uh, losing streak. Losing streak is just statistically possible. Even if you're at your highest level of concentration focus, you might experience losing streaks. But the probability of having losing streak goes higher as a result of over trading or like screen fatigue or like sleep deprivation, because as a result of these, you don't follow the trading system and you take the trades that end up being a losing trade, but those are not actually the trades that are following the trading system that you have, right? So that results in massive losing streaks. Usually that results in over analysis. These are pretty much all related to each other. Now let's talk about all of these one by one again. So let's talk about over trading again. This is the silent drain. So trading is a game of quality. We all know it at this point, right? You should know it. Not quantity. Like if taking 1,000 trades a day won't make you profitable. If you can just have two great trades and just call it a day. So every unnecessary scalp withdraws mental dollar from your mental bankroll, leaving nothing for high probability setups. And this happened again for any happens to any trader who has been trading for at least maybe 2 months. They take trades since 9:30 till maybe 10 a.m. They take 10 trades, and then the opportunity is not there at all. Like the price is just in a choppy zone. They try to catch something there, and then finally the clean move happens, but they're tired because of over trading. They leave the desk or they're tired. They can't think properly. They lost a lot in these 10 trades that they took in the first 30 minutes of the market open, and they missed this high probability setup that could be just like one trade for the day. Instead of that, they're just all red. Screen fatigue. The myth of again 12-hour grind and just like working and working, being a workaholic, uh, doesn't really work in 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 trading. At least in most of the entrepreneurial kind of careers, it doesn't work. And staring at price action continuously reduces cognitive function and basically induces the stress. Okay, so you want to make sure you do not have continuous uh, basically screen time uh, for more than an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, you want to cut it. You want to go for at least 15-minute break, 15 to 30-minute break, and come back. Okay, that will help you a lot to reset. Next would be the sleep deprivation and overanalysis. So severe sleep uh, deficit impairs judgment as much as being legally drunk. So even a 1 to 2 hour deficit lowers stress tolerance and pushing normal losses into panic or frustration, right? Technically, it feels like you're on drug if you have sleep deprivation. To your body, at least, that's the same thing. So, and it will affect your whole, again, wisdom analysis, and as a result, your whole trading performance. So make sure your sleep battery is not really low when you want to trade. And over analysis, so that's basically going to again kill your whole confidence and destroy your whole mental energy as well. Okay. Infinite information creates mental clutter, and conflicting indicators force constant, exhausting judgment calls. So that will this is really hard to analyze. This is really hard to be aware of. But if you can manage your sleep deprivation, if you can focus on your over trading and your screen fatigue, that will take care of itself automatically, because it's not really that easy to be aware of your whole analysis process every single trade and every single second that you take the trade. So the recovery protocol would be uh, active relaxation versus passive rest. So you don't when you're going for your, let's say, 15-minute break, right? Or like your lunch break. If you're working, if you're just trading, if you whatever you want to do, again, it can be applied to anything in life. It really doesn't. It's all about human brain. So scrolling Twitter, Instagram, checking YouTube, that's not relaxation. That's not break. That's not break. You're still using your whole mental capacity. You're still using that fuel, that hidden fuel that you have. You're still using it. If you want to relax, you want to just have an unplugged rest. That is relaxation. Physical exercise that can heavily walking, running. This is one of the best ways to reset and relax and calm your body. The midday reset, stepping away during the midday chop, that can help you a lot to just avoid trading during chop, and at the same time have a rest and reset as well. And the mindset shift that you want to have is that relaxation isn't weakness or basically time off. Again, this is something that was my problem. It still is. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, yeah, I'm like super active on pretty much everything, and I'm trying to just do this, build that. Uh, and sometimes I just don't rest really that well. But I learned that if I don't relax, if I don't rest, I can't really work and perform well at my highest uh, performance level, right? So this is basically risk management, right? Having this relaxation and having this whole mindset shift is basically a risk management, because you're basically making sure that you're trading and you're deciding, you're performing at your highest uh, performance level, and as a result you're avoiding a possible risk that can occur if you're not at your highest cognitive basically performance, right? Or a cognitive level. So it provides the clarity to filter noise and the endurance to basically compound in your whole either trading decision or like your day-to-day life. So you want to implement this active recovery. Big ideas come after a walk, not 10 hours of staring at the candles. And these ideas can be, again, ideas in your business or ideas related to your trading. So, or basically a reset for yourself so that you can come back and catch the next move, whether it's in that day or next day. But you're basically restarting your whole, um, uh, yeah, mental bankroll. So this is an interesting concept that can really help, I guess, everyone managing energy versus time. The retail grind is basically low output, high exhaustion kind of phase. Usually, a lot of people want to just work straight for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. If they're like working, they're like 9 to 5, they're running their business, want to trade at the same time, dealing with family matters, dealing with like a lot of stuff happening around them, and they're just like trying to do all of them at the same time, multitasking, and spread it during the whole day, and every single hour they're doing all of these things together. That's what's probably most of the people do, and probably will result in just mediocre results. The pro energy level is a concept called ultradian rhythm, and it's an optimization method, right? That can that is basically a process of deep work. Again, the same 90-minute concept that I mentioned, and then having a break, right? So that the mental or mental bankroll can reset, and then they go back and start working on the next block. And in each block, they focus on one big task only, not multitasking several tasks on several projects. This is this is one of the best ways to maintain the energy level and at the same time perform well during each of these blocks. It's really hard to do, but it's one of the most effective ways, and can help you a lot with your whole trading career as well. First, you will have a block that you trade at. You don't stay behind the chart from 9:30 till 4 p.m. Since you have a block, you will not be able to take probably 1,000 trades. You will just stick to, like, say, 3, 4, 5 trades. You will have a rest. You will have a break. If you want to come back, you can do that. Now, for you, it might be your like work block. This is might be your trading block. You should set your blocks depending on your like work, life, business, uh, and set specific times for specific tasks, and do not multitask in each block. So the time technically is the energy is renewable. The time is not, right? You can renew your energy. You can reset your energy level, but you can't reset time. You can't do that. So you want to make sure you have some blocks for your time, okay? And focus on the quality over the quantity. Again, the same thing in your uh, project management, time management, and trade management. You want to focus on the quality instead of just focusing on the quantity. That itself will result in high performance for yourself, for your trading as well. And again, as I said, single tasking can in focused bursts, like 30 minutes of pure scanning, then pure execution, result in higher quality results than basically context switching and switching between tasks. And especially with social media, it's very, very hard for a lot of people uh, to not multitask, because of the dopamine rush that everyone needs to experience because of the social media. Our brain is trained to just see something, scroll, and just experience that uh, dopamine rush and just get back to work again. That's unfortunately like a really bad habit, and it affects this multitasking a lot, but it's a practice that you need to do for yourself in order to perform well when it comes to trading as well. So again, some examples would be late day uh, giveaways on your like profitable. It happens to a lot of people. They're profitable in the morning, and then at the end of the day, they just give back all the profit, and they end up being a loser at the end of the day, right? Uh, that's a that's a leak, right? Probably because of frustration. It happens for a lot of traders, or like revenge trading, as a result of just over analysis and not sleeping really well. That can result in revenge, uh, basically rampage as well, right? Taking a couple of trades uh, and doesn't work, and start revenge trading, missing the moves. Or also another one would be analysis paralysis, over researching, over analyzing, and missing a trade, uh, and then finally just seeing the trade happening without them as a result of FOMO. I kind of explain all of these scenarios, and these can be as a result, all of these scenarios, all of these examples could be as a result of one of those leaks that can happen and you need to basically manage your whole day in order to reset your whole mental bankroll. The plan would start from pre-market, right? You want to have a physical, obviously, wake up, right? You want to have some sort of physical exercise in the morning if you can. Mental centering, meditating, breath works can help you a lot to be present. Then you have the morning execution block where you have 90 minutes of intensity, a high intensity, basically distraction free focus, not focusing on anything except your chart, your system, your trade management. And then mid morning break, you want to have at least 15 minutes. I personally have more than 15-minute break, but you can have more than 15 or more minutes of break so that you can reset. And if you want, you can get back to your trading if you want to. Lunchtime reset would be the basically that's a downtime, right? Screen off, healthy meal, and reset emotionally as well. Afternoon would be basically a shorter block for you. Uh, this is the best time to just regain your whole mental state and reset your whole mental state. And finally, evening would be just shut down and just journaling, analyzing setups, uh, and just focus on family, friends, do something else instead of just trading, and make sure you sleep the time that you can have at your like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That would be the plan. You need to have this plan. You need to have a routine for yourself in order to perform well in this block, right? You're executing, let's say in this block. Now, this is an example. You might trade, I don't know, futures and trade in the afternoon. You might trade in the morning before the market open, pre-market. Doesn't matter what you do, what you trade, when you trade. That's irrelevant, right? You don't want to have a plan. However, you want to set this 90-minute, let's say, block, just set it. If it's in the morning, morning. If it's in the afternoon, it's in the afternoon. Doesn't matter. You want to have these blocks for yourself so that you can reset. You want to stick to this 90-15 and make sure you have a pre-market, pre-trading plan and also afternoon reset as well. All right. Another amazing book would be The Mental Game of Trading. So it's an amazing book by Jared Tendler, and it says that if you can preserve your financial and mental capital when others have depleted or squandered theirs, the long-term reward will be great. Great book to read, definitely. So this would be the plan, the mental capital tracker that you can have for yourself in your trading journal, in your trading psychology journal. The morning phase would be basically rating your energy before the market open, your sleep quality, your stress level, so that you can adjust risk accordingly. As you remember, I said when I sleep, when I didn't have enough sleep, and I know that it will affect my whole decision making, I will rate myself 1 or 2, and then I will just reduce my risk management, reduce my position sizing and risk per trade heavily. Uh, long intentional breaks, schedule 2 breaks, track energy before and after each of them. Midday checkpoints. You want to assess your energy and emotion and your current P&L as well, and use this data to decide if afternoon trading is justified or not. If you don't have the energy, trading afternoon is not justified. Okay. Again, you might be a trader who doesn't even trade in the afternoon. I'm just saying you can do whatever you want, but you need to be just aware of your um, mental bankroll, because if you cannot think properly, there's no point of trading. Even if you have the best system, the best strategy, the best, I don't know, confirmations, doesn't matter. End of day review. You want to review your whole day and correlate energy level to your best or worst trading of the day, because you kind of have some sort of understanding of how your day started, how was the middle of the day. You want to have your daily recovery ritual You want to log one deliberate non-market activity. Can be walking, talking, I don't know, reading, whatever you want to do. You want to have some sort of activity that you do either before the market open, in the afternoon, in the uh, I don't know, in the around noon, whatever works for you, depending on your schedule, depending on your work. You want to set something for yourself. Again, it shouldn't be 10 hours. It might be just like 15 minutes, as low as 15 minutes. Like, you can't, no one can say I don't have 15 minutes. Even if you're the busiest person in the world, you have 15 minutes to walk, right? That's something that we all have. And you need to spend that time for yourself so that you can recover. Otherwise, you will experience the mental fatigue for sure. Weekly reflection, you want to have, this is basically the same structure that we have for our technical journal, right? We do focus on the technical journal a lot, and that's important. That's very important. But pretty much 90% of traders ignore their mental and psychological journal because they think it's not important. The only thing that matters is the strategy, right? So that's the problem. So you want to analyze the data to build personalized rules for yourself. The reason I don't trade like 99% of the time after 11 a.m. is because I don't perform well, right? Even if the market is moving after 11, which it did in the last couple of months, I don't perform well. So the market can do whatever it wants to do. I don't care. Like, I can't take it, right? So it's me. Like, you might be able to just recover after 15 minutes and come back with a clear mind and just do it for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years straight. For me, it didn't work. You want to plan. You want to make it personalized for yourself. You want to see what works for you and just do it. Do it. If you can trade after 2 p.m. after a reset, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. All right. These would be some of the ways that you can reset and monitor at the same time your whole mental bankroll. So, as you see, trading isn't just about charts. It's about who you are when you're tired, stressed, or under pressure. The difference between a profitable trader and a struggling trader is that the profitable trader don't just manage risk, they manage their own energy, focus, and mental state as well. So start treating your mental capital like your actual account balance. Protect it, manage it, and grow it so that you can grow your own trading capital as well. And you'll notice something very powerful. You'll stop forcing trades if you protect your mental capital, and you will start executing with clarity. So if you want to learn more about trading technicals, the psychology, the strategies, and trade live with me, you can check out metatradingclub.com and join our community. We have a 7-day free trial at the moment that you can take advantage of it. For 7 days, you can join, trade live with me, attending live webinars, interact with other traders, educate yourself, learn from the mistakes, ask questions. We trade stocks, we trade futures, we trade options, and you can learn a lot. So take advantage of this 7-day free trial, and I will see you guys in the next video.